The small town of Ravenswood was known for its eerie atmosphere and dark legends. Despite this, Sarah had always been drawn to the town. She had always been fascinated by the stories of ghosts and monsters that haunted the streets at night. One day, Sarah decided to take a trip to Ravenswood to explore its dark secrets. She rented a small cottage on the outskirts of town and settled in for the night. As she lay in bed, she could hear the sound of the wind howling outside, and the branches of the trees scratching against the windows. The next morning, Sarah set out to explore the town. She visited the local graveyard, where she saw the graves of many of the town's founding families. As she walked among the headstones, she felt a chill run down her spine. Suddenly, she heard a voice whispering her name. She turned around, but there was no one there. Sarah shrugged off the feeling and continued her exploration of the town. She visited the old abandoned asylum on the outskirts of town, where she heard the screams of the patients who had been locked away and forgotten. She also walked through the town's dark and winding streets, where she saw the shadows of figures lurking in the corners of her eyes. As the day went on, Sarah began to feel more and more uneasy. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. She tried to ignore it, but the feeling only grew stronger as the night went on. Finally, as the sun set and the darkness enveloped the town, Sarah decided to return to her cottage. She walked quickly through the empty streets, her heart pounding in her chest. As she reached the door of her cottage, she heard a voice behind her. Sarah. She turned around, but there was no one there. She quickly unlocked the door and ran inside, slamming it shut behind her. She locked the door and pushed a chair against it, her heart racing. For the rest of the night, Sarah stayed up, listening to the sound of the wind and the scratching at the windows. She knew that something was out there, waiting for her, and she knew that she would never be able to escape the horrors of Ravenswood.